Hey y'all, just thought I'd jump on here real quick and talk about what it's like being trans in this country right now. I feel like for the past 2.5 weeks, I just have been in a state of like, what the fuck is going on? Which I'm sure most of us have felt that way in the last 2 weeks. I'm just like, with each passing day, I'm like, how much more bullshit is going to happen? And I recognize that the intent is to completely overwhelm us and disarm us and make us feel hopeless. And it's working for sure, because I'm over here like genuinely like, okay, we need to make a plan for like when enough is enough and when we're gonna get out of here, which I don't want to do. I don't want to leave the place I've lived my whole life. I don't want to leave the people I love. I don't want to be 6 hours ahead of time of all the people that I care about. And like, there's so many factors. I love my work that I do at the church. I like my septic business. I like Tori's business. I like where we live. There's so many people that I don't want to just leave, I wouldn't even want to move out of state right now. Like, that could be more tolerable because I can come back more easily. But like, the thought of like leaving the country entirely, uprooting everything, like having to transport all of our animals, all of our stuff. I mean, we couldn't even keep all of our stuff. We'd have to cut down to the bare minimum. We have to start completely over. And that feels like an overwhelming task, and at this point it's not like pressing enough. But we're like, discussing what is our threshold. If we start to see XYZ thing happening, what are we going to do? And, obviously all the things about, he's been writing so many executive orders about trans people. The military ban's back. He just banned trans women from sports. He's going for gender affirming care. Like, it's hard to, like, be a person in this category of people that are like being erased from history. It feels all too familiar for the degree that I have and the knowledge I have of the Holocaust, of the world. 80, that's too much math for me, 80 some odd years ago, 80 years since Auschwitz was liberated. So track back from that 8 more years, so like 88 years ago roughly, when things were first starting in Germany. 85 years ago, 86. No, that's not the right math. Anyway, the math doesn't matter. 92 to the very beginning. Anyway, I'm getting stuck in the math like I always do. I know too much. And so I feel like there were so many people in the Holocaust that waited too long, and then it was too late. And I'm like, okay, so what's the line between like fleeing unnecessarily and like fleeing before it's impossible? Though, like, honestly, right now it's like, can I even leave the country with my passport? Like, yes, it's up to date, but like, obviously on record with my social security number and my passport number is a different name and gender. So I don't know if they're going to like retroactively like put everyone back. Like, I don't even know if they can do that. But I don't know if that's like a possibility. Like, they're putting a halt on like all applications for trans passports. Like, it's scary stuff in the community to be like, okay. And then I'm like, I'm literally making an appointment with my hormone prescriber to see if I can like stockpile testosterone. Like, how long is it good for beyond the expiration date on the box? Can I start getting prescriptions now to save for when I hopefully post-pregnancy and back on testosterone, and maybe by then they have banned it for everyone. Like, I have to like think about these things. Most of my friends and family are not thinking about any of this stuff, but I'm thinking, when do I need to like take my life into consideration here? And like, I'm lucky that I have friends abroad. I have friends in Germany, so like, if push came to shove, we would have somebody on the other side to help us like where can we live? Can we stay with you? You know, like, help us figure out something, you know, like we have somebody somewhere that could help us like get established if we needed to go. So that gives me comfort to know that, like, okay, I know some people. I wouldn't know nobody. We wouldn't be starting completely fresh. We'd at least have some people that we could count on in that regard. But I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to have to get to that point where I have to leave everyone behind. And, you know, I don't want to give up my life plans. Like, I want to have a baby still right now. Even though it's like, is it responsible right now to be having a baby in this climate? Like, I don't know. But I don't want to put my life on hold either out of fear. Because then I'm like, okay, if push comes to shove, if I've got to get out of here, I could have Kyle freeze his sperm and I could, you know, we could still make it happen. And it's tiring to have to consider all the fucking options of like, what the shit are we gonna do if like things get really bad? I'm thinking, and I'm doomsdaying a little, but like, am I? Because I'm like, I mean, this is how they did it in Germany, very gradually until suddenly it was, you know, it was what it was. You know, it was very subtle at first. And so it feels that way right now where I'm like, is it gonna get to the point where they're like knocking on the door to ask where I am, to round me up? You know, like what is the next step? Like, am I gonna have to, you know, it feels crazy to be thinking about that, but I have to. And that's just the reality when I have a target on my back. So yeah, that's where I'm at. Trying to balance like being informed and not getting overwhelmed, because every day there's something and they want us to feel overwhelmed. They want us to give the fuck up and roll the fuck over, you know? And we're not going to do that. But it's like, where's the line? Where's the line that where it's crossed and we have to take action? It's hard to say. But at least my passport, I renewed last year. It's good for 9 more years. Like, but again, I'm like, I don't know if I can even use it. I don't know. There's so many questions and no one really knows the answers. And yeah, it just feels all too familiar based on my degree and the knowledge I have about things. And it's wild to think that 10 years ago I was studying abroad, studying the Holocaust and the places where it happened. And now here we are in the US watching this go down. It's like, what the fuck? But yeah, that's where I'm at. That's what I'm thinking about. And just trying to take it one day at a time. I think that's really all that we can do. And yeah, anyway, just sending solidarity out there to any other trans folk watching this video. It's rough. But at least we have each other, and I have good supports, and I'm lucky for that. And I hope you have good supports too. All right, I'm gonna go home now and get some fucking dinner because I'm hungry, and I think Tori's cooking right now. And just keep on with my life, and keep pushing forward one day at a time. All right, hope you guys are having a good week, and I'll talk to you next time.